Hello.
Hi.
This is crazy.
This is wild.
This is wild. We're talking to a camera about a podcast that we finally sat the fuck down to
You
do.
materialized it, my dude.
Yeah. It's when you put things into perspective.
Oh, shit.
It's going to be weird to kind of get in the mode of
Like actually sitting and talking to
a
camera and a microphone. And
yeah. We're at our little studio here.
Yeah.
So this is Brooklyn Unscripted, everybody.
Woo, woo, woo.
This is it.
This is it.
This is our little home outside of home now,
Yeah.
and our little studio.
Little passion project.
Yeah.
Very excited about
Yeah.
this. So I am Katie, for those who don't know.
And I am Dominique.
Hello, hello.
And we are
Brooklyn Unscripted. This is very exciting. This is something that you and I have talked about doing for, I think, as long as I've basically known you. This has been like in our brains of just like, we have to do this. We have to sit down and we have to create this podcast and just get our words out.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's definitely been, I feel like we've been putting little bits and pieces of puzzles together over the time of 3 years.
Yeah.
Let's say.
Absolutely.
That maybe the first talk about it was spoken about between us, you know?
Yeah, because it was totally like fleeting. And I remember it just being like, we were chit-chatting about something. It was definitely in the car, like on the couch or something random. And we were having just really good conversation. And then out of nowhere, you know what? We should start a podcast. If everybody else could do it, why can't we?
Right.
And now here we are. And now we are creating a podcast.
And now we're doing
exciting.
it. And now we're here. It's kind of crazy.
Here we are.
Here we are. Here we are.
So, what are some things that our listeners can look forward to listening to us talk about?
Right. I think the best thing to start with would be to break down the name of the pod.
Heck yeah.
So, being born and raised in Brooklyn, New York has been definitely something that leaks out of us every single day, whether we like it or not. But I know we like it. It's not in a negative way at all.
It is an active choice now that we are grown adults.
Yes. And I feel like we have this kind of special thing about being New Yorkers that a lot of people, like to listen to, as stupid as it is. Like I know, sound different than a lot of other people.
I mean, it's not wrong. I mean, the amount of times people that are non-New Yorkers come up to me and be like, can you say water?
Right.
Can you say
Coffee.
talk? Can you order a coffee? Yeah. It's like, that's how we talk. What do you want us to say?
Exactly.
You know?
Like, we love it in the sense of us having it and giving that little act to people.
Yeah, and it's like, it's super, you could tell when it's authentic and when it's not. Like, we've literally born and raised, essentially. I mean, not born for me, but essentially raised since I was 2 years old. 2 weeks old, I should say. You know, I feel like it just kind of changes your brain chemistry when you're from here. I mean, I guess that makes sense wherever you're from, but I feel like Brooklyn, like the 5 boroughs of New York City, but then Brooklyn specifically has such a culture to it, and has such a vibrance to it that you can't help but let it seep into you.
Yeah.
Like, I remember growing up, I didn't have an accent purely because my mom was very like, no, we're not having accents. We're speaking properly in this house. And then I went to high school, and you kind of get indoctrinated into other cultures and get exposed to the world. And so, like, this accent, the culture of Brooklyn, like really being able to go out and enjoy the city for what it is and experience it as a new human, I feel like that changes you as a person.
Definitely.
You know?
Definitely agreed. And unscripted is
the unscripted is the fun part.
Yeah.
That's the chaos.
That's the chaos part. Nothing is really going to be scripted, if we're being completely honest here.
Nothing.
Since it's day one and the first pod. We're not scripting anything. The only thing we are obviously scripting is the episode name and what we're going to be focusing on in the episode.
Yeah.
But we're not scripting shit.
Nope.
We're not scripting.
Nope.
And we're not filtering it either.
unscripted and unfiltered, my
Yeah.
dudes. So if crass language bothers you, sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, literally. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, just kind of where we are speaking as we would in our living rooms to each other.
It's a safe space.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt, safe space.
Yeah.
No judgment, judgment-free zone.
Yeah.
This is for the girls, the gays, and everybody in between. And I feel like, just complete safe space.
Yeah.
I think that it's a necessary place to have, especially considering the amount of people that have access to a platform such as this.
Correct.
And I think that, being able to bring a little bit of light into the world with a little bit of a Brooklyn accent
Yeah.
it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, no, not at all. I think that it's something that our stories, our experiences, our thoughts about life living in New York, and then thoughts about life in general.
Yeah.
I feel like we have a lot to say about it, but also have a lot to bring to light.
Yeah, I think this is kind of like almost wanting to be like the big sisters out there to a group of people that may not understand how to navigate certain situations and remain a strong Brooklyn independent woman, and how to navigate tough friendships, tough relationships, career, life, and if we could lend our small hand to that growth, that might be great. And I feel like we all just have a lot of relatable stories.
Yeah.
I think that there's so many shared experiences that we can relate to, that I think it's important to be shared.
Yeah.
And maybe whatever lessons that we've learned shared as well.
Yeah.
And then that's not to limit also the interaction with our listeners. We would love for everybody to send in stories, maybe some questions, topics that you would like to hear on the podcast. This is definitely going to be interactive. We want to interact with our viewers and our listeners. So as much interaction as possible.
Yeah, if we weren't interacting, we wouldn't be New Yorkers.
Facts. If we weren't gabbing and yapping,
Yeah, exactly.
we would not be native New Yorkers over here.
It's very true. I guess we can also go over a few of the top, not specific topics, but the actual general topics. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
obviously, New York, if we haven't said it enough. Food,
Yeah,
big foodies over here.
big foodies. Oh my God.
Lifestyle,
Yes.
just living in New York and kind of growing up in the lifestyle that is so unlike any other lifestyle.
It's so unique.
So unique. Advice / lessons learned, because as much as we could sit here and say all the advice from
For those of you who can't see it, I have just spilled water all over myself. Fun fact you'll know about me, you can't take me anywhere. There is always going to wind up being some kind of sauce, some kind of water, some kind of something's going to wind up falling on me. All right, as you were saying.
So just ignore.
Just ignore.
It's actually a part of the skit. It's unscripted. That's not in the script.
Completely
Exactly.
unscripted. You think we're joking? We're not.
As much as we give the advice that we're giving, you had to learn that advice from somewhere.
Yeah.
That's what I was going with that.
Absolutely.
About relationships, friendships, clearing your mind with negative thoughts and just focusing on positives and seeing how much your life changes. Unhealthy situationships, whether that's habits, even not even just people we're talking about. What am I missing right now? I feel like I'm missing like at least 7.
Well, I know we're definitely talking about like fashion and stuff too, some trends, pop culture. This is, like I said, this is almost kind of going to be like we're sitting on our couch talking to each other
Yep.
because we have conversations where they start super deep and then can wind up super light.
Right.
And then vice versa,
Right.
where we start off with something really stupid and super light and then just
Make it
get
deep.
into something super
Crazy.
heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that's kind of the beauty of these unscripted, unfiltered kind of podcasts. It's like you never know where it's going to wind up going. You never know kind of what direction
Right.
we're going to go in. And I think that makes the chaos fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Easily. Oh, and traveling is another big topic.
Traveling, yeah.
Yeah. We're very into
Yeah.
getting the fuck out of here. No.
You know what's so funny is I always say this, people who are from New York love New York with such a passion.
Okay.
But the second we get the option to leave,
We're out.
we're out. We're like doses.
Right.
But then you wind up missing it. Because I don't know if it's the same with you. Like if I'm away for too long, like the longest trip I could wind up taking is 2 weeks. Because if I'm away for too long, I'm like, I kind of miss going around the corner to my Bolo Market
Yeah.
to get my pack of cigarettes and my
Exactly.
Red Bull, you know? And
Exactly.
yeah,
It's because there's no place like it. And
no place like it, man.
you're so accustomed to one thing
Yeah, and then to go anywhere for too long.
is just
And God forbid it's
agony.
out of the country. I
Yeah.
mean, if I'm out of the country for too long, it's a problem. And I love being out of the country. That's the problem. Like, I love experiencing new things and going new places. The second I go somewhere that's not, you know,
that short period of time is all
Yeah.
you need. And then
Yeah.
you're like, okay,
I'm ready to go home now.
I'm ready to
Thanks.
get the fuck back.
But then the second you're back, you're like, this dirty place. Look at all the garbage on
I know.
the street. Look
I
at all this.
know.
I was in paradise for 2 weeks and I came back to this.
I know.
But at the same time, we get homesick. The dirt is a part of us.
And
you
it's
know?
true. It's true. It's so
Like the amount of fumes I inhaled from the trains alone, you know? School buses in the streets. It's
Everything.
It's part of my bloodstream at this
yeah.
point.
It has to be. It really has to be. What else are we missing?
I know we were definitely thinking about talking about our careers. you
Oh
know?
yeah, future and current.
Yeah, future and current kind
Yeah.
of things that are happening. How to deal with, you know, your coworkers, your bosses.
Yeah.
Kind of toxic relationships even there.
Yeah.
You know. And then yeah, friendships, relationships,
Yeah.
things of that nature. You know,
Yeah, I think
I think we pretty much hit every time, and also just being a woman.
oh yeah.
Fuck that. Just being a woman.
Right.
Like what is it like being a woman in the world? What is it like being a woman in New York City? Then more specifically in Brooklyn. Dating and what that kind of looks like. And you know, I think we're gonna wind up hitting all those points at some point throughout this podcast. But I think that is such an integral part and like is so important to kind of share. Like
Yeah.
you're not alone in the craziness that is dating in New York City. You're
Right.
not alone.
Right.
Because it is actually wild.
Yes. Easily. I even being in a relationship.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
before him navigating the dating scene was absolutely trash.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it was trash.
Literally disgusting. As a currently single person and perpetually single person, it is annoying as fuck to kind of be in the dating scene in New York. It's annoying more than anything else.
Right. And just getting back to another topic, this generation is
Yeah.
the problem. It's not New York per se.
No.
It's the generation.
Yeah.
It's definitely turned into something that we were raised on something whole different.
Oh, totally
spectrum.
different. Yeah.
And now we grew up in everyone's glued to their phones.
Yeah.
Cheating is way more common than it ever was.
and
I
not
think.
even serious anymore. Like it's
Yes.
not.
Yes.
It's not looked at as such a severe thing anymore.
No.
And I feel like even if there is no exclusivity talked about, it's like there's almost like decorum. Like there's kind of like a manners that you should have in terms of like a relationship that I just feel like is lost
Yeah.
on this younger
Yeah.
or even our normal group of people. Like I just, and I don't know where that came from. I don't know. I feel like we're in such a space where instant gratification is so common.
Yes.
and being able to get what you want immediately is so common. And now the fact that you can't always get that, and that sometimes you make people wait for what they want, is seen as such a negative. And it shouldn't be.
No.
It shouldn't be. You should wait for what you want, because, at the end of the day, patience is virtue.
Yeah.
And it's something that I think waiting for and actually taking the time and putting effort in without seeking a reward at the end is not something that should be frowned upon.
Yep.
There's so many things that we're going to be discussing, and I think that all of these topics are poignant. They're important. They're a little funny sometimes. We
Yes.
might get a few laughs in there.
Oh, 100%. It's not all going to be deep. There's the chaos. There's the fucking chaos.
We live in chaos.
Seriously. A little more about us and who
Yeah.
we are.
Oh yeah. Who are you, Dominique?
Who the fuck am I? Who the fuck? No. So I am 27 years old. Like I said, born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, Gravesend to be specific.
Oh yeah.
And I am of Italian-Irish descent. I am American, as you know. What happened? Oh, it did it again.
It's slowly leaving me. That's okay. We're fine. I was gonna lean back and hope, but I don't think that's working. Oh, maybe it stayed. Okay, we're fine. We're back.
All right,
I'm sorry.
well, no, it's
I'm sorry. Once again, for those who can't see, Katie's having technical difficulties.
Why don't you try to?
We're fine. We're so fine. We're just going to bypass this and pretend like it didn't happen. Dominique is 27. She's Italian-Irish. She has a boyfriend and an incredible dog named Nova. She's Nova the Frenchie. The Frenchie.
No, like lilac. French.
Lilac Frenchie. There we go. And that's Dominique.
That's she signed. Yeah, she did sum me up there. So 27.
Yeah.
So right now I am a bartender / waitress, but I just graduated college.
Woo woo.
As thank you very much.
Listen, that's an accomplishment these days. I don't give a shit what
No, I
anybody
know.
says.
It
If
is,
you're
it
able
is.
to get through, you know what? You succeeded.
No,
dude.
no, it's definitely an accomplishment. Just forget that sometimes, because I was just like, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like, of course everyone feels that way, but now I am in beauty and fashion. I'm not beauty and fashion. Jesus Christ, fashion and business technology. That is that was my major, and now I'm going to be looking into fashion jobs and going that route. Right now I do, I'm an intern in beauty marketing, so that's cool. 'Cause I
Yeah.
learn all about that. And I also am certified in makeup.
Yes, ma'am.
That I got when I was like 18 years old. So it's almost 10 years ago now. It's
Love that.
crazy to say
Isn't
out
that
loud.
nuts?
It's literally
Isn't that nuts?
crazy to say out loud.
Yeah.
I think I was, because I was a senior in, no, I was a freshman in college. Oh, as you can tell, I took a big gap. Yeah, I know.
Same. No, literally, same.
Yeah.
Katie, 30 years old. I like long walks on the beach and a walk in the park. No, I went to college traditionally for the first year at 18 to 19 years old. Funked out of that one. Didn't want to put my full foot in that one. Then went to another college for another year. Left that. Waited about 5 years. Then went back. And then stopped again. And now I'm back and I'm committed.
That's the charm.
Fourth time's the charm.
Oh, yeah, fourth
bitch.
time's the charm.
Yeah, no, I think everybody has their own path. And I feel like there's so much pressure to making sure that you follow this path of what's seen as proper
made-up
and right.
path,
yeah, literally a made-up
made-up
path.
path.
And I think everything happens for a reason, and life works out the way that it does for a reason. And I feel like I didn't want to do it then. I didn't see the point, because first of all, I went to school to be a photographer, which I am kind of doing, currently. But also I feel like I went to school then and switched up my major, and then I didn't want to do this, didn't want to do, want to do that. Hated homework, still hate homework. Do it, but I still hate it. And now life brings you on interesting paths, and I did not think that I was going to wind up where I wound up, which is working in a school as a paraprofessional. Did not think that I would ever wind up there, and yet here we are, and I love every moment of my job. But then there's other aspects of my life, like I still love photography. I still love, podcasting and working in social settings. And I think that media plays such a huge part in our current lives that it's too important to not be a part of.
Yeah. Easy answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super
Definitely.
easy.
Definitely agreed on that one.
And I think it connects the people. Like I love connecting to people.
Yeah.
And I love connecting to maybe people who are slightly younger or have had different experiences than I have had, and just connecting on that level to hopefully tell people not to make the same dumbass mistakes that I made. Yeah. That's kind of like I never, there's going to be a segment that we do that is quite literally, I think, my favorite thing that you've ever come up with in my entire life, which is eventually...
Me?
Yeah, it's going to wind up being things our mother taught us.
Oh, yeah.
And why we, basically didn't give her credit for it growing up. And that, to me, is, 10 out of 10. Yes. Because the amount of things that my mom told me not to do that I just wound up doing because I hate being told what to do, and then wind up regretting it afterwards. Right. Or maybe not regret, but wish I saw the light previously, way earlier than I actually wound up seeing it.
You live and you learn.
Yeah, live and you learn. And if I could do that for somebody else, maybe with sharing my experiences, that's something that definitely encourages me to do things like this.
Yeah. Right on the head.
Yeah.
And now about how we've met.
Ooh, yeah.
So, told you all that I'm a bartender. Mm-hmm. So Katie used to come to my bar, and she knew two of the other bartenders that worked there.
Yeah.
But I just thought, or looking back, in my own head, because I didn't know who she was at all, I thought that they were all friends.
Actually,
not that they weren't friends.
No, but actually knew each other on a way deeper level than we did.
Right, exactly. I didn't know that they, I knew that they were
Me
customers,
being the regular,
but
the regular alcoholic that comes to the bar every Friday and Saturday
trust
night.
me, it's not you. As much as you think it's you, it's not.
I know.
So when I first started working there, they were already going there for a little bit. And when I say they, I mean another person that was involved at the story. At the beginning of the story when we first met. That's where I'm going with that. But so that girl no longer in the picture, just Katie's in the picture. So we're just going to talk about Katie. So
Yep. And that's going to be a conversation for another day.
100%. So they were friendly with her, and then I just started becoming friendly with her over the bar, and it was strictly just bar, over,
it was
the
bar
bartender,
talk, 100%.
Oh, I know those girls. They come in every other week, every weekend, whatever. And if I'm working, I see them.
Yes.
And then it became into a friendship over time, maybe in the first
I would say within that year.
Yeah, I was gonna say 6 to 8 months.
Yeah,
we maybe did something outside of the bar for the first time.
Yeah, which I'm trying to remember what that was.
That would be.
Honestly, I think it was when we went to Pig's Beach.
Oh yeah, okay.
I think that might be it.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Pig's Beach is closed, and I'm really upset about it.
I know. It was such
they
a
moved.
Good place.
But I think that was the first time that we actually spent time outside of the bar. because we really had gotten close behind the bar.
Right.
And then we gave each other our phone numbers, and I know we would like text every once in a while. But then once we went out, that was it. We got on like a house on fire, and that was it.
Yep. Oh, that does seem like so long ago, and because
It's
Pigs
crazy.
Beach has been gone for a little bit.
It's
at least
been
2
forever
years.
ago.
Yeah.
It literally feels like we met way earlier than I thought.
Right.
That we did. But in retrospect, it was after COVID.
Yeah.
Which that weird.
I know.
Also,
I know. Well, I didn't start working there until 2021.
which is crazy to me.
Right.
Because in my brain, you've definitely been working there way longer, and you really just haven't.
No.
Also, in my brain, you're 3 years older, and we're the same age. You know?
Also.
Just throwing that out there. Yeah, but I just remember seeing this girl who's almost as tall as I am, super just like straightforward, no bullshit, you know? And that's a personality that I desperately needed around me at that time, and still do currently. But yeah, especially during that time, needed that, like, no horsing around, like, straight to the point, no bullshit kind of human being who has such a caring and loving heart on top of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's true though, like, and that, in my opinion, circling back around to the beginning, is like what a New Yorker kind of is. You know? I think that's what a New Yorker is somebody who, like, is tough as nails but still has a heart of gold.
Yes.
And I think that saying of, like, you know, when you go to the West Coast, you have people who are nice but not people who are kind. And when you come to the East Coast, you have people who are kind, maybe not nice.
Maybe short.
Yeah,
and
maybe
to the
short
point.
to
and
the
it
point.
sounds too direct, or it sounds too rude. It's not rude though.
It's not.
It's just straight to the point.
Yeah.
Like, it really is just straight to the point.
100%. Like, everywhere else you go in this country, you walk down the street and you could be like, "Hi, neighbor," and then don't say hi to me. I was just saying this in the car. Literally, don't look at me. You know, literally,
just
don't
keep
look
it
at me.
moving.
Oh no, our video went off. Oh no. Okay, pause for technical difficulties.
Hold.
A few moments later.
Alrighty. Sorry about that, people. My camera decided not to listen. Yeah. She decided to go to sleep.
Yeah. She wanted to knock.
We were talking too much. That was the problem.
Yeah. She was like, "You're yapping.
You're yapping.
You're yapping. I'm gonna shut you up now."
You know what? I'm kind of okay with that. I get it, girl. Me too. I get it. I also just realized I might not have framed us exactly the same, but that's okay.
What do you mean? You didn't move it?
Did I? Did I not?
No.
This could happen a lot, where I think that it's framed right and it's going to be framed wrong. And then there's times like this where I think I framed it wrong and then it's actually going to be kind of right.
I think it's fine.
I think it's
I
fine.
think it's fine.
I think also, like, I hate putting pressure on myself in terms of, like, I want this to go so well.
I know, in this exact way,
Yeah.
because it can't, like, just like how you can go out and think the night's gonna go one way and then it goes a different way, but it was a great night, blah, 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 blah.
100%.
But it doesn't need that. It's hard to separate your mind placement, your picture placement mind to reality, because it's almost never going to be exact. It's just, it's the way it works.
And I think also there's just so much, like, I am not a perfectionist in a lot of places in my life, but when it comes to, like, what I put out and what I attach my name to, I really want it to be solid and like as on point as possible. So yeah, if you see me, like, freaking out over audio stuff, or if you look at, catch me looking at the camera, making sure we're in frame okay.
It's just photography.
It's just
speaking.
it's just me being a perfectionist. And I gotta let that go, man. I gotta zen out.
It'll happen over time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will.
It will definitely happen over time.
It will.
Trying to think of other points that
I don't know. I think I'm just super excited for this to get out. I'm excited for people to join the community and, like I said, share their own experiences, share
Yeah.
their own stories, and really make this as much of a community as possible. You are going to be able to find us in other locations. We have an Instagram at Brooklyn Unscripted. We have a YouTube channel, which is also Brooklyn Unscripted. We have an X. We have TikTok. We have just about any social media you could think of. That's a lie.
Yep.
But we have the main ones. We
The
have the
main
top
ones.
ones.
Yeah.
And they're all going to kind of be under the same Brooklyn Unscripted handle. So if you can, please look us up. Give us a a like and a follow, and subscribe. All that junk. Share what you find funny, because that's my favorite stuff to look at is to see what people find funny and interesting, and
what they want to, or what you guys want to hear from us to speak. I know we said that already, but it's definitely a very important aspect of this.
Yeah,
to hear
absolutely.
what people want to hear.
Yeah.
And topics that people want to hear and talk about.
Yeah.
Like for us to talk about. It's
Absolutely.
really a solid thing we have to.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. So I think with that,
Did our
I
intros.
think we did our intros.
We did our talk about.
Yeah.
We did our circle around everything.
We included a lot of chaos in this one.
Yeah.
And I love that for us.
Yeah, I think it's important to.
It's very on brand.
Yeah.
Very on brand for us.
I feel like we're a lot calmer than usual.
Yeah.
Now. Meanwhile, it could get like
Well,
I feel like we didn't talk with our hands a lot.
Yeah, which is wild.
Which is weird.
I think also because we're finally sitting down for the first time, and once we actually really get comfortable and actually speak about an actual topic, it'll be easier.
What I definitely thought about. Yeah.
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 And I think also this is first episode.
Yeah.
First pod episode.
First pod. POD.
I'm so excited. I really
be you. Okay. But be you. That's such like be you. I'm just trying to think of acronyms over here. But that's where my mind is going. Be you. And then that says, take a look at life. It's pretty fucking, what does it say? Stop and look around. This life is pretty beautiful. Be you.
Because I'm looking up, I'm like, what do you mean be you? Be you. Yeah. Oh, and then it clicked. Be you.
Be yourself.
Yeah, be yourself.
That's a good little
facts.
That was just made now, if you couldn't.
Be you. Don't let anyone steal your sparkle, man.
No.
It's not worth it.
Absolutely
Trust me, it's not worth it.
It's not.
Also, for those who don't know, when this is being filmed, it's March, and this is our month, baby.
Oh, yeah.
This is our
month. Yeah. It's our Irish month.
Yeah. Oh, didn't mention that either. I also come from an Italian-Irish household. Just realized I never mentioned that. Yeah, so it's I can't wait to get into the nitty-gritty.
I know.
I think, and I'm so happy that we're doing this episode, clearly, because I think necessary. Hello, first episode. However, I cannot wait for us to get into the nitty-gritty of everything and really just kind of do a breakdown of some really cool topics.
Yep.
You know?
Yup.
All right. Are we calling it?
Yeah, I think that's a solid wrap up right there.
Calling our first one. All right. Like I said, remember to like, subscribe, share, comment down below. Oh my God, I feel weird saying that.
I know, but it's a new way of saying things.
Subscribe to all of our stuff. Follow us on everything. We will try our best to get back to people as best we can.
Yeah, definitely will.
Alrighty. Until next time.